All right, Kendrick Epling of the Shady Spring Tigers, and obviously a big win for you guys today. Just talk about this win over a very good Ripley team.
It's the biggest win of my career right now. Defending state champions. They only lose one guy from last year's team, who Jackson Curry was a hell of a baseball player.
The baller.
Yep.
But it was a huge win for our guys, a huge confidence booster right before we head to Florida and face those animals down there. So it was a great win for our guys. I thought our energy was great the whole game. I told you this a couple days ago. It's not about the first; it's about the seventh, and I think they played all 7 innings today. It's we got a short memory. Like, this is great and everything, but I don't get a ring, and I don't get a state championship trophy for beating Ripley on March 28th. So
You've had obviously Sam's performance was pretty good today. I'm
Pretty
sure
good.
there's things he probably wanted to work on.
Yeah.
But you were able to bring in Noah Fox. Talk about
Well-
his 6th inning in there. In 7th.
he's clutch. So so I had him and then Braylon Redmond warming up. The umpiring today was a little tight, so I knew. So because it was tight, Fox is our best strike thrower. That's not in the rotation, and he's the guy that you've heard me say this before, but he's the guy that it doesn't matter if you're down by 100 or you're down by 1 in the bottom of the 9th. He's just like Sam. He's like, just give me the ball and he'll do it. And, I was super confident. There was nothing, that moment wasn't too big for him. So,
A little Jekyll and Hyde in the field today. Some really good plays out there.
yeah, and some
some
bonehead
really-
clutch.
yeah.
Yeah, it was a lot better than Thursday. It was a whole lot better than Thursday, but there's still stuff we got to clean up. And I don't know. If our bats keep doing what it's doing, if we can just put it all together, we could be very special. You take away a couple of the errors today, and then you put it with us putting together the bats like we did today, we could be very special. But you've got to put all 3 facets of the game. And, I think we did that. I think we did the 2 out of the 3. Our defense is still, it's getting there. Sam pitched a heck of a game.
And kind of battling through some of that.
He
It's
did.
really
And I
tough.
think him throwing closing the game out against East and then getting the start. And I'm not one of those guys that like to throw my guys. I'm not one of those that's going to throw him. He probably won't throw till next Thursday when we're in Florida, because I'm just not one of those. I care about his arm and things like that. But I thought he did a heck of a job, and our outfield did a heck of a job. We made a game plan. If you saw in the outfield, we kind of cut the gaps. This is a big field, and I'm kind of an analytic guy when it comes to seeing certain things, and anything in the gaps is always usually a triple. We can never, even when we practiced out here, we can never figure out how to get the double cut to get someone on second. We cut the gaps off, and if you saw, there were three balls caught by Jacob Claypool that would have probably, if we wouldn't have had him shifted over, those are probably triples.
You got Fox in the 9 hole, but he seems like a guy who could also be possibly a lot higher in line. Is there a reason for that, getting 2
Fox is my
leadoff?
second leadoff.
Right, okay. That's
Fox is my second leadoff. There is no, in a traditional lineup, he's batting 5 or 6.
Right.
But he's one of the best bunters on the team. He does anything you ask him to do. He's one of the funnest kids I've ever coached, because he's just so coachable. But like you saw today with him pitching, he shows up when it matters. So having him in the 9 hole, and you get him on base, and then obviously you have Tyler Wilhite leading off. So
They didn't have Bryson Castro today.
No, he didn't.
And they lost Jackson
Yeah.
Curry, as you said. So
Yeah.
obviously it matters a little bit, doesn't it?
it did. Bryson is an absolute gamer. He's probably the best player in the state of West Virginia. That's why he's going to WVU. When they get him back, they will be a totally different team. That's what I told those guys. This is a great win for our program. We
Right.
beat the defending state champions, but don't get it twisted. They will be a different team when Bryson comes back. He's the best. He's top 3 players in the state of West Virginia. There's a reason why he got a full ride to go to WVU and play in the Big 12. So I'm super excited for my guys. I mean, it's a great win no matter what, especially like being the defending state champions. Just that carries weight. But they will be a lot better team in the coming months, and that will be a different team in the end of May coming in because Shane does a great job preparing those guys. That's why, the guy has a ring. The guy has a state championship.
Your bats are looking pretty good early on here.
Yeah. I mean, I knew from the get-go. Our bats were going to be our strong point. Tyler Cutter, Eli finally started getting hot. Sam has turned it on. Jacob Claypool. Colin Smith had a heck of a day today. He's kind of been in a slump a little bit, but he had a heck of a day today. So, if we can continue to hit like that, and like I said, our defense figures it out, we'll be pretty special this year.
Kendrick, appreciate it.
Appreciate it,
y'all.
Bo. Thank you.